saith the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress. In Him will I trust. Surely He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with His feathers, and under His wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler.
A soft place to fall. Yeah, a soft place to fall.
We're getting it together. You found us at a soft place to fall. We're all geared up, dressed, ready. I've got exciting guests. You don't want to miss this, I promise you. This is going to give you an opportunity to expand your life. Be bold, be vigorous in the things that you've been called to do. And in the midst of it all, find your soft place to fall. Wait until you meet my guests. But for right now, here's how I'm feeling. And Jesus said, watch out for doomsday deceivers. Many leaders are going to show up with forged identities, claiming, I am Christ, the Messiah. They will deceive a lot of people. When reports come in of wars and rumored wars, keep your head up and don't panic. This is routine history. This is not the sign of the end. Nation will fight nation, and ruler fight ruler over and over. Famines and earthquakes will occur in various places. This is nothing compared to what is coming. They're going to throw you to the wolves and kill you, everyone hating you because you bear my name. And then, going from bad to worse, it will be dog eat dog, everyone at each other's throat, everyone hating each other. In conclusion, lying preachers will come forward and deceive a lot of people. For many others, the overwhelming spread of evil will do them in. Nothing left of their love but a mound of ashes.
A soft place to fall.
Wow, we're here for another incredible, I need to find bigger words for these episodes of A Soft Place to Fall, because God has graced us so intensely. Each and every episode we're blessed with incredible people who have such wonderful stories to tell about how life can kind of throw you off course a lot of times, but in the midst of it all, you have an opportunity to find your soft place to fall. My guest today, longtime beautiful friend, and I don't just say that beautiful because of her physical appearance. Her inner beauty is such an amazing spirit. I can't wait to introduce, so I'm going to do it right now. Welcome to the couch for conversation, my friend, Cathy Victorian.
It is my absolute pleasure to be here with you today, Kerwin.
So for many of our guests who probably don't know you, but you've been all over the map doing all kind of incredible things. Kind of tell everybody who you are and how you got to A Soft Place to Fall.
I'm Cathy Victorian, Cathy Fletcher Victorian. I am a resident of this beautiful parish, East Baton Rouge Parish. I hail from Faraday, Louisiana, by way of Frogmore, Louisiana, and if you don't know what Frogmore is, Google it. That's all I can say. I'm number 10 of 11. My parents, Mr. Joseph and Willie Mae Fletcher, they have transitioned to heaven, and my older brother, Joseph Jr., he transitioned to heaven as well. But my siblings and I, we have a beautiful, relationship, that strong relationship, that solid relationship that's based on Christ. And a soft place to fall. I'm gonna start crying because Kerwin has been with me for a very long time. It was a point in my life. I had everything going so well. So I thought. I had my business, I had the car of my dream, I had the home of my dream, and within 6 months, I lost my business, I lost that car, and I lost my home. And that soft place that I fell was on this gentleman's couch, literally, for at least 6 months. We often talk about naysayers, but don't shut out the naysayers, because the naysayers have their place. They have their place to say what is and what isn't. But at the end of the day, the naysayers have no idea what you go through. They see the glory, but they don't know your story.
No idea what the story is.
So Kerwin, just to be here with you, just to see where God has brought you from and where God is bringing you, I am so deeply honored to be here and just amazed at what all the goodness God is doing for you and all those beautiful God wings. I didn't mean to get too emotional in the beginning to kick this off, but I just had to get that off my chest.
Yes, and so very appreciative. And you have always been one of my strongest supporters. One of those people who kind of say, "You can do this. You got this." And all of the things that we've experienced through the many years, you know, God has been so gracious unto us. And I applaud you for your openness, your candidness, and but look at you now. Look at you now. And we talked earlier about one of the things that attracted me to you so intensely was, even in the midst of a lot of things that were going on, your concern was always not only finding a soft place to fall for yourself. It wasn't labeled as that.
Right,
A soft
right.
place to fall became, you know, something that kind of hopefully will not become a cliche of sorts. But you were always concerned about helping others. And that was always a driving force. So in the midst of, National Women's History Month, you have made some incredible milestones in a very short period of time. Tell me a little bit about where that drive came from and how you were able to maneuver and navigate yourself to, I think you were first Black president for Junior League? Second. And a lot of other things that I've seen you doing. I'm like, where does this come from?
And Kerwin, honestly, it's nothing that I just set out to do. It fell in my lap. And the one thing that I know God equipped me for everything that I've been blessed to be a part of. Whether it's the president of the Junior League of Baton Rouge, whether it's being awarded the 2008, one of the 2008 honorees or business, influential women in business, or whether it's being honored by the local chapter of NAACP as a community activist. Community volunteerism, all of that good stuff was instilled in me. I did that in high school. In doing it in high school and bringing it to college, it was just something that we did. We didn't label it as you're volunteering and you may get an award for it. We labeled it as you're doing it because you can and you want to. So all of the beautiful accolades that God has blessed me with, I am just truly honored. But finding your place, finding that thing that you know God is calling you to do, and giving back, whether it's via treasure, whether it's via my talent, or whether it's just via just being there for a person to hold their hand to walk them through that particular situation for such a time as this. It's just been an incredible ride, and I just can't wait to see what else God may have in store for me.
We know the best is yet to come. Because as long as you're on that path, and personally, you know, like I said, I'm one, I kind of sit in the background and kind of watch people move and navigate, because life can be very challenging. As we all know. And as you mentioned, you know, a lot of times people unfortunately feel that they're in this thing all alone. And one of the things that you have gravitated towards is kind of pulling people to the side and go, I know how you feel. How can I help? What can I do? What can I do? So right now, in the midst of this crazy pandemic, which has flipped the world upside down, and you're working for Healthy Blue. And so I know that there's a lot of things that company is doing, but you are at the realm of it all. So, navigating through the whole pandemic, what was probably one of the most challenging things that you found in the midst of all of that?
The most challenging thing was trying to continue to make a difference. And what Healthy Blue actually did successfully, it looked different while we were in the community, but it did not stop us from making a difference. Our outreach, it continued to evolve, but we had to do it differently. Instead of having this big grand back to school event, we had to go through to the drive-through part. And individuals were still in their cars coming by to get whatever they family need for that particular time. So gravitating towards the difference, but still holding on to we still have to make a difference, that's the thing that made Healthy Blue continue to do what it has been doing throughout the state for a very long time. So when you're in that situation and you may be caught up in like a pandemic, don't let it stop you from doing what you typically do on a daily basis, and that is making a difference, whether it's in your life, your family's life, your friend's life, or somebody that's close to you life. Just strive to be that change maker.
When we come back, I'm going to talk about something that is very close to my heart, and that's fashion. We're going to talk about that. I'm going to expose some things about you that a whole lot of people won't know. Right here on A Soft Place to Fall, we're going to talk about it. Are you covered, protected, and prepared? Don't you want to ease your mind by having the confidence that when the time comes, you and your loved ones are protected and insured? It's as easy as picking up the phone and calling licensed life agent Enidra Wells, 225-936-6017. With care and compassion, Enidra will walk you through the entire process of having you and your loved ones covered, protected, and prepared. No exams. Most pre-existing diagnoses are covered. No special requirements. So call today, 225-936-6017, and have the assurance of insurance.
Hi, this is Jamila Pennington, and you're watching A Soft Place to Fall with Kerwin Feeling.
A soft place to fall.
We're back here at A Soft Place to Fall. I'm with my friend Kathy Fletcher Victorian, and before the break we talked about something that's very dear to me, and you were actually nominated, and because somebody saw what I saw, as one of the best dressed people in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Yeah, that did happen. It was all a part of another fundraiser. Everything that I do is attached to a fundraiser for a great cause, and this was all due to the American Cancer Society. And each year they select a group of individuals in this parish who they deem as some of the best dressed, and God blessed me to be a part of the 2016 class. So I was very stoked about that one. I really was.
And quite naturally, like I said, somebody saw what I saw, because I have never ever seen you off point. your style of dress and everything about your selection of clothes. Because I promise you, Kathy and I attend the same church. And, most times I can't wait to see what she's wearing on any given Sunday. So that had to have been something that was embedded in you also. A lot of people talk the same thing pretty much about me. I haven't been nominated for the best dress yet.
We had to fix that.
Yeah,
We're gonna have to fix
but
that.
obviously that was something that came up in your background and your rearing.
Absolutely. And the business that I was telling this beloved community,
Right.
this beloved audience about, I had a company called I Am.
Yeah.
Innovation, innovative, I Am Innovation, Amazing Manufacturing. And we made clothing. We did the silk screening. We made clothing for schools, uniforms for schools. We did all of that good stuff. As a matter of fact, I think we did a fashion show that you were a part of,
Yes.
and they actually wore some of the products that we made in the fashion show.
I still have mine.
And Kerwin still wears his till today. So that when that company was given to me, that was given to me. This is something that I did. I didn't go to school and say, oh, I want to do this. This was literally handed to me, which is why when I could not hold on to it, it hurt so bad. I just wished I knew what I know now, what I did back then, but that's okay. That's still in me. At some point, God will stir it back up, and who knows, you may be the model for the next manufacturing company I'm blessed to own.
I promise some of them. Guess who doesn't like fashion more than me? Probably
Absolutely.
you. Probably you. Now, we talked a lot about the road that has brought you to where you are now. So we know that during the midst of all of these challenges and the hard times and the things can be kind of frustrating and crazy. What was your go-to? What was your place of Psalms 91, your place of refuge and restoration? What do you do when the world begins to be entirely too much to handle?
Kerwin, it took me a long time to just grasp this, and I went to God. When my mother would always tell me, go to God, it just went in one ear and out the other. Or my close friends would tell me, go to God, it went in one ear and out the other. But until you come to that place and you want that personal relationship or that personal conversation with God yourself, it's not going to make any difference who's telling you to go there. You have to feel it here. To make that decision, that's it. I 100% trust God. I will shout it from whatever rooftop, mountaintop, I trust God. God is my refuge. He is everything. He is because the reason I'm sitting on your couch today. He is the reason that I'm doing everything that I desire to do. And it's not going to, that's not going to stop me any other way. God is my refuge. He is, and He will forever be.
Wow. I hope and pray that those of you who are watching grasp hold of that, because I know that everybody, no matter what you think you might be doing, if you don't have Him in your life,
Absolutely.
it's not working. It's not working.
Absolutely.
It may look great temporarily, and a lot of times it may even look great and fantastic, but at some point there will be a downfall. And trust me, that is going to happen.
Absolutely.
Now, you have been, you're a proud alumni of Southern University,
Yes, the Southern University.
And you've had a lot of opportunities to still work with Southern University, and your passion for young ladies is so amazing. And I hope and pray that young ladies kind of follow that path, because we look out, and a lot of times, you know, we're quick to say that this generation that's coming up is Generation X, and they ain't about nothing. But you have found, and like I said, I watch you, you have found an opportunity to reach out to these young ladies and encourage them and help them and support them in so many ways. Tell me a little bit about where that passion came from.
Generation X, we just going to X it out, but it's Generation Next. Kerwin, you know yourself. When you are in the public limelight, I don't feel I'm in the public light, but people tell me that I am. People are watching you. And when people are watching you, you have to be very careful what you do and what you say. How you respond, or how you just sit there and just take it like a champ. Sometimes you have to just take it like a champ. Every conversation that you're invited to, you don't have to accept that invitation. Right. You could just let it sit there and go, that's not for me. It's all about protecting your peace. And young ladies are near and dear to me simply because when I was growing up, I had women to tell me to groom me, to mentor me, I'm paying it forward. I'm paying it forward because it was blessed, it was given to me. It was today, I still have high school teachers I could call on, and they will accept my call, and I would just talk to them. Whether it's about, okay, how do I get this right done, or how do I do this, or they leaning on me for something. But needless to say, we have to make sure that we present ourselves in a way that is pleasing, one, to God, and respectful to Him, because people are always watching. You have the ones out there who are going to judge you no matter what.
Yes.
You have the ones out there who are going to uplift you no matter what. But you also have the ones out there that just don't know.
Yes.
And I want to focus on the ones who just don't know, to let them know and encourage them that there is hope. Just because you may see me in this light, 2005, Hurricane Katrina, you and I went through Hurricane Katrina
Yes.
together.
Yeah.
That was a horrible time.
my
The year
God.
before was
Yeah.
when my world came crumbling down, literally. And I just had to suck it up. My mother died in 1994. I didn't have her to lean on, but I had God.
Yes.
I had my friends, I had you, I had my family, I had my siblings. But at the end of the day, Kerwin, we just got to make sure that we position ourselves and fashion ourselves in a way, because other people are watching, and they're watching, and that one thing that they see you do that you may not like, that may be the thing that they try and go and do, and it may not work for them.
Yeah, and because you said something at the very beginning, and I would mention that and kind of interpret it for those of you who didn't catch it. And when we come back, we're going to talk about a little bit about that. But you're saying having naysayers in your life is important. They're essential. You need them, because God says, I prepare a table before you in the presence of your enemies. So if you ain't got no enemies, who you going to invite to the table?
Exactly. Exactly.
We're going to come back and we're going to kind of wrap things up and talk a little bit more. This has been everything to me.
Aw.
Everything to me. Right here at a soft place to fall. I hope you're finding your soft place to fall, because I truly am.
A soft place to fall.
What a wonderful opportunity. The last name is so regal and royal, Victorian. But Kathy, having made as many incredible accomplishments as you had, and by the way, Kathy, if you have been driving down Jefferson near Lobdell, big billboard, big billboard with a beautiful face on it, and you were the model for
Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. Yeah.
Fine Jewelry. Yeah, this is who I have sitting on the couch with me. So
That is something that they do on an annual basis, and again, I was just blessed enough to be one of the beautiful women to hold that Lee Michaels box, and it was like, it was awesome. It was pretty awesome.
It was incredible. Do you hear me? So, in the midst of all of these wonderful accomplishments that you've had in life, what does the future look like for you? And I know a lot of us, we say, well, I don't make plans and goals. I don't set goals and everything, because a lot of times people feel like if they don't accomplish them, they've fallen short of what their aspirations might have been. But I know you, being the person that you are, you got a lot of stuff in mind that you'd like to see happen.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thanks for asking that question. When I graduated from Southern, I had graduated with a degree in broadcast journalism. I honestly thought I was going to unseat Connie Chung as the anchor on CBS, but that didn't happen. My role went from wanting to be on television to radio. And so radio has been that gift that has been given to me. And as a matter of fact, you were like the first person to ever allow me to get on the radio so that my voice could be heard. So I thank you for that. But my goal, honestly, I have this business. I have this business that I want to birth out of me. And God willing, in the next 5 5 to 6 years, I want to be walking in that restaurant. I want my own restaurant catered to different palates, whether it's vegan, whether it's Italian, whether it's soul food. That's what I want to do. I want to have that so people can have a soft place to come and enjoy a great meal and conversation. I'm a lover of coffee, and I would love to have that coffee shop connected to it. One of the things that Kerwin may not know about me is I love Christmas. I love Christmas. And I know Hallmark is going to call me one day and ask me to star in one of their Christmas shows. So I'm just putting that out there for Hallmark.
We can believe it with you. I'm sitting here and I'm like in awe. I did not know the restaurant.
Always been a passion.
Yeah.
I cook, but I don't cook what people probably want. The etouffee, the gumbo, I leave that to my husband. But just something from a healthy standpoint. Not that gumbo isn't healthy, but gumbo really isn't healthy. But I want to make sure that I have those vegan options or those just healthy options. And I think adding that spin to what God has given me, I think I should be able to do that with the help of Him and the help of great friends. And I'm looking forward to that. God willing. God willing.
Yes, indeed. It's amazing what happens here on the couch and what's revealed. It is many years as I have been knowing Kathy and all of the things that she's done. I never had any idea that being a restaurant owner was in your vision.
Yep.
Well, we're gonna make sure that happens. I'm gonna be the maitre d'. I'm gonna stand at the door and welcome your guests to this wonderful
I'd much
place.
rather you be a partner.
Okay,
As
okay.
opposed to the maitre d', because it's going to be one of those opportunities where God is going to bless me to bless others.
Yes.
And it's going to be a place where you can just come and dine and just have fun, relax, let it go. Nothing too stiff, nothing too fancy. It's just us having a great meal.
I love the idea. Whatever I can do to help make this vision manifest, I'm all in for it. So wow, that one really threw me. That one really threw me. Okay, there's a lot that people who have had the opportunity to experience this particular episode want to know. So people want to know how they can connect with you and follow you on Facebook and follow you on Instagram and all that kind of stuff. So feel free to tell people how to follow Kathy Victorian or at Kathy Ann at W. You know it all.
On Instagram, you can follow me at Kathy Ann WXOK. On Facebook, it's Kathy Fletcher Victorian. On Twitter, it's Kathy Victorian. And if you just need to get in contact with me, I won't give out my personal number, but I will say that if you contact me on my social media outlet, I would be more than happy to respond to you. So any person who responds to me, whether it's via Messenger, I give myself 24 hours to respond when I actually notice that message. So yes, please contact me. I'll be happy to chit chat with you.
So, Kathy, I'm so grateful and delighted to have you here, and I'm more delighted and honored to have you in my life. And that goes without saying. I think that everybody that knows me knows how much I love you.
And I love you too, Kerwin.
And is there something in your spirit, in your heart, that you would like to share with our listeners, our viewers, about finding their soft place to fall? Because we know there's some people out there that's struggling, and life is kind of threw them a curveball, and they feel like they've struck out. So, what encouragement do you have for them?
To the individual who may be struggling, and that's all of us. Let's be real. Let's just be real. We all struggle. We put on a great face and we come out. The miracle is that we don't look like what we're going through. But you go through it for a reason. God has positioned you to go through that particular thing for such a time as this. I will say to you, be encouraged. Be encouraged. Don't let that person who is doing far more than you, or more better than you, you think you see what they want you to see. And I'm always mindful of that. People want you to see what they want you to see. They're not giving you the fullness. They're not giving you the fullness. But what I can say to you, give your fullness to God, and I promise you, He will give it back to you 100-fold. Be encouraged. Those are my words to you today. Let God be your guide, and from there, yes, there will be trials. Yes, there will be tribulations, but I would much rather go through a trial and or tribulation knowing that God is on my side than to go through those without Him on my side.
I certainly hope that you took note of that one. You can rewind it and replay it over and over again as much needed. We're going to come back and wrap things up in just a few. But once again, I'd just like to, I don't know, you know, we always use that cliche, thank you is not enough. But that's pretty much all I can say. Thank you for being a part of my life.
Absolutely.
And most importantly, thank you for being you.
Absolutely.
Right here on A Soft Place to Fall. Like, comment, and subscribe to what? A Soft Place to Fall with Kerwin Feeling YouTube channel. See you soon.
A soft place to fall.
Here's one of my most favorite segments in A Soft Place to Fall. It's an opportunity for me to tell of the good things that good people are doing. Opposite of what used to happen when you were a kid and you know you did something you had no business doing, and your siblings would always say, ooh, I'm gonna tell on you. Pretty much the same premise, but like I said, we're turning it around. We're telling of the good things. Now you know we're in the midst of a pandemic and we just came out of storm after storm after storm. So a lot of people were without the bare necessities of life. Dry clothes, a hot meal, toiletries. I met a young man who made sure that everyone in his community had everything that they needed to live a comfortable life as best as they could. He would see to them having a hot meal every day. He would see that they would have dry clothes every day and toiletries for their own personal use. And for that reason, Reverend Stephen Green, I'm going to tell God on you. I tell God on good people doing good things because I want God to bless them. And if you have someone you want me to tattle on, you can send me their contact information at asoftplace@yahoo.com, and I'll be sure and tell God on them for you.
A soft place to fall.
Wrapping up another great episode of A Soft Place to Fall with my friend, Miss Kathy Fletcher Victorian. Gave some very encouraging, inspiring words on what to do when life gets to be too much for you to bear. And don't worry about naysayers. One of the things that came out of that episode was, God said, I will prepare a table before you in the presence of your enemies. So you need them. Welcome your naysayers. In the meantime, I want you to do me one thing and one thing only. Keep pressing toward the mark of the high calling which is in Christ Jesus. Always remember, only what you do for Christ will last. Find your soft place to fall.
A soft